Shalom, everybody. If you'll take your seats, we're going to get started. It's 5 after 5, and people on live stream are going to be wondering what we're doing, why we're not here. Hello, welcome to our families. Oh, what a lovely family. Welcome to all of you. Okay. Welcome, everybody. We're going to begin our Sabbath service with Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How wonderful it is for brothers and sisters to dwell together. And we're going to take a deep breath first to separate ourselves from everything that has gone on prior to this moment in time, this sacred moment of refreshment and renewal on Shabbat. Everyone to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Page 128. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad, hine matov umanayim. Shevet achim gam yachad, hine matov umanayim. Shevet achim gam yachad, hine matov, yadadai, yadadai, yadadai. Hine matov, la 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 la. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad. Shabbat shalom, everyone. So let us look in our prayer books, and we have Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Chadash on page 131. Let us sing a new song unto the Lord. If you clap your hands and you put more into it, you'll get more out of it. So let's hear you go. Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. Shir Ladonai, Shir Shir Chadash, Shir Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. Shir Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru miyom yom Yeshuato. Shir Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, Basru miyom yom Yeshuato. Everyone, Shir Ladonai, Shir Shir Chadash. Shir Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. Shir Ladonai, Shir Shir Chadash. Shir Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. And let us read at the top of page 131. In God's hand are the depths of the earth, the peaks of the mountains are God's. God is the sea, God made it, and the land which God's hands fashioned. Come, let us bow down and kneel, bend the knee before Adonai, our Maker, for Adonai is our God, and we are the people God tends, the flock in God's care. Oh, if you would but heed God's charge on this day. And now we're going to welcome in the Sabbath bride. If you'll turn to page 138 with Lecha Dodi. We're going to do verses 1, 5, and 9. And when we get to verse 9, you can rise, turn around, and face the door, and we welcome in the Sabbath bride, and we think of ourselves as in union, in glory, and pairing with our Lord, Adonai, the spiritual realm, the universe, all of us here together in our community and in our families and with our partnerships. We manifest joy and light, and let us do that for ourselves, our community, and our world. L'cha doki, l'grad kala, b'nei t'nei Shabbat Matot-Masei. 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 Verse 1. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, hishmi anu el echad, Adonai echad, Shemo echad, l'shem u'letiferet b'letehila la 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 l'chadokti, l'grad kala, b'nei t'nei Shabbat Matot-Masei. L'chadokti, l'grad kala, b'nei t'nei Shabbat Matot-Masei. Verse 5. Hitoreri, kiva orek miori, uri shidaberi, kevod Adonai, like la 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 hadokti, l'grad kala, b'nei t'nei Shabbat Matot-Masei. L'chadokti, l'grad kala, b'nei t'nei Shabbat Matot-Masei. Verse 9. B'wi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha v'tzrachala, t'achmedei am segula, v'oichala. L'cha doki, l'grad kala, b'nei t'nei Shabbat Matot-Masei. L'cha doki, l'grad kala, b'nei t'nei Shabbat Matot-Masei. B'nei t'nei Shabbat Matot-Masei. B'nei t'nei Shabbat Matot-Masei. Please be seated, and Kathy, would you please come forward and help us kindle the lights of Shabbat. So we're going to prepare to welcome in the Sabbath angels, and if you will turn to page 142, if you need the candle blessing, it's on page 120, but we are going to welcome in those angels as we welcome in the light into our spirits, into our souls for this Shabbos period, and into our world. The two candlesticks representing partnership, the divine and us, are two loving individuals. And as the lights are kindled, we make 3 circles, the number 3 bringing order into the world, order out of the chaos, which our world so desperately needs right now. Sometimes it's just so difficult to kindle light, especially because it's not dark. Maybe there's a message. There we go. Good job, Kathy. So we want to make that connection to the light as we make the 3 circles. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehatlit ner shel Shabbat. Hug a person next to you or yourself. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy is our newly elected parliamentarian to our Board of Trustees. She is going to keep us all in line. So, now we have Shalom Aleichem on page 142. Peace be to you, O ministering angels, messengers of the Most High, Majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing, together enter in peace, O messengers of peace, angels of the Most High, Majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. Bless me with peace, O messengers of peace, angels of the Most High, Majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. Depart in peace, O messengers of peace, angels of the Most High, Majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon, V'melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Balachem LaShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, V'melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barakuni LaShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, V'melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Last verse. Sechem LaShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, V'melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And now if you'll turn to page 144, we are going to separate our Kabbalat Shabbat portion from our actual official call to worship, our Baruch Hu. And if you know it, feel free to sing along with me, or when I say V'imaru, you say Amen. And as you can see, it's all in exaltation of the divine. So we would hope that if we glorify and praise the divine, that that light and that praise will become a blessing that will shine down upon all of us. Yikadav, Yikadav, Shemei Rabbah, Ve'elmad Yivrach, Yirutei V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayechon V'yom Echon, V'chayedecho B'Yisrael, V'gala, V'gala, V'zman Karev Yimeru, Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah Mevarach, Le'alam Lo Me'amaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, Yishtabach, V'yitpar, V'yitramam, V'yitnaseh, V'yithadar, V'yitalev, V'yithalal, Shemei D'Kedusha, Rehu, Le'lam Min Kol Berchata, V'shirata, Tushbechata, V'nechemata, Damiran Be'alma V'yimeru. Amen. And our official call to worship, the Baruch Hu, can be found on page 146. If you're able to, please rise as the ark is open. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamevorach. Adonai HaMevarach Le'olam Va'em. Please be seated. And now Heather's going to come up and lead us in Ahavat Olam on page 150, which is right prior to the Shema. And before we do that, as she's coming up, the reading on 148, our evening prayer, our Ma'ariv Aravim, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bibaro Ma'ariv Aravim, v'chochma poteach she'arim, ובבונה משנה עתים ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים, במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו, ביום ולילה, כולל אור מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור, ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ולילה. אדוני סבot שמו אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב הרבים. Yasher Koach to Heather, who's working on her cantorial skills. So now if you will turn in your books to our Shema on page 152 and 153. If you would like to stand to make the connection to the divine within you, please do so. If you'd rather be seated, you may do that. And wherever you are on the spectrum of belief, inside of each and every one of us are sparks, which we'll discuss later in the sermon, but we activate those sparks whenever we pray and whenever we do mitzvot. So take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Adonai Echad. Adonai Echad. Please be seated. And now we have the Ve'ahavta on page 154. And together let us read on the top of 155. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at your work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha v'chol meodecha v'hayu hadevarim ha'eleh asher anochi metzavecha hayom Alevavecha, Veshinantam Levanecha, Vedivartavam, Veshitecha, Vevetecha, Uvelechtecha, Vadere, Uveshofecha, Uvekumecha, Ukashartam Leod, Al Yadecha, Vehayu Letotafot, Veinenecha, Oktavtam, Al Mezuzot Betecha, Uvisharecha, Leman Tizkaru, Va'asitem et Kol Mitzvotai, V'yetem Kedoshim Lelohechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher Hotzeiti Etchem, Me'eretz Mitzrayim, V'hiot Lachem Lelohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, Emet. And now we have our Micha Mocha prayer. Let us read together on the bottom of 157, and then if you would like to get up and dance around the room, please do. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, and that there is a better place, a promised land, and that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Remember that when you hear this sermon, okay? The winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, and that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching or dancing or singing together. Micha Mocha, page 158. Let's see the dancers. Come on. Micha Mocha as we let them take a moment to come be seated, we have the Shamru on page 162. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from work and was refreshed. V'shamru. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'nei Yisrael Oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki shesh yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'yom hashvi Shabbat v'yinafash Shabbat v'yinafash Shabbat v'yinafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. If you're able to, please rise for the Amidah on 164 and the following pages. Adonai sefetai tiftachu fi yadi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Bekonei Hakol, Zocher Hastei Avot V'Imahot, Umevi Gila Lipnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach Umagin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Abraham, Bezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah, Rav LeHoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayeh Meitim Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Baal Gevurot, Umido Mehalach, Melech Memit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'emana l'chayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai mechayei hametim. Atah kadosh shemcha kadosh v'kadoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's wonderful to be here as we approach the middle of the summer, moving towards the end of the summer. Does it feel like we're moving towards the end of the summer? Well, what does that mean? That means what's right around the corner. High Holy Days, and yes, we are already in our preparation mode. So, we want all of you to start to prepare yourselves as we go forward. We have, let's see, I think 5 more services because we do the first and third Friday and the second Saturday. So we have 5 more services, like the 5 books of Moses before Erev Rosh Hashanah. So get yourselves ready. All right. Our Parsha this Shabbat is a double portion, Matot-Masei. With it, we wrap up the book of Numbers, Bamidbar, and we prepare to move into the last book, Deuteronomy, before starting the entire cycle again. Judaism, at its core, celebrates life as it cycles through the calendar. Shabbat, holidays, holy days, weddings, births, deaths, and everything that goes with them mark our days and our lives as we journey together. Life speeds quickly by, and before we know it, it seems like time is moving faster and faster and faster. As we look around and muse, how can we almost be at High Holy Days again? Where did the year go? Anyone starting to feel that way? How can it be August? Fortunately, we have a system that has built within it celebrations in time. We value and cherish time. It is sacred. And these celebrations and holy days allow us to make the most of our time here on earth in the physical plane before returning to the spiritual plane. And they are designed to make us get the most out of life while sharing with family, friends, honoring our loved ones who have passed on, and sharing with community. This is what we have here at Emet. It's actually almost a replica of days gone by. We share together in this journey that we call life, amidst our search for Emet, for truth and meaning, and living in ways of mitzvot and Torah, just as our ancestors did. At times, struggling with the journey and questioning our divine purpose and our place within it all. Challenges to self and faith occur against the backdrop of our ever-evolving journey. However, fortunately, we are not meant to ever do it alone. We are meant to learn, to share, and to grow in relationship while sharing the journey. God has outlined rules for us to live by so that we know what to do and how to behave in a moral way so that we can create order in our reality. Just as God created the world by separating heaven and earth and making order out of the chaos when everything was tohu vavohu, so too must we. As we navigate our journey and the life that we lead in community and in relation to one another. Matot means tribes, and it opens with the laws about vows. It continues to describe the Israelites' war against the Midianites and the allocation of all the spoils of their victory. 2 tribes request to dwell outside of the land of Israel, and Moses finally agrees. He relents as long as they will first help with the battle. Ma'aseh means travels, and it opens with a list of places that the Israelites traveled in the desert. Within it are commands to destroy all idolatry, all idols. It also outlines Israel's boundaries and laws relating to the cities of refuge, all things that we still grapple with now. We grappled then, we grapple today. The laws and rules surrounding inheritance on behalf of daughters when there are no sons comes into play and is established. And the seed is planted through which women began to have a share in the fruits of the journey. Maaseh opens with a list of the 42 places they encamped. Some for a few days, others for weeks, months, and some for a year or more. These 42 places cumulatively represent the totality of their 40 years of wandering, which is considered actually to be a biblical generation. Commentators, especially those from the Hasidic tradition, see these 42 encampments, the departures, the journeys, as being symbolic of the different stages of our lives. To quote a commentary by Rabbi Stephen Kushner, "From Egypt to the Promised Land, from our emergence from constriction to the land where milk and honey flow. The stops in between are the days of our lives, the moments that give us rest, or the moments that stir us to move ahead, to grow, to become, to get to where we are going." In the teaching of Moses Chaim on this week's Parsha, he says, "I have heard in the name of the Baal Shem Tov, the founder of Hasidism, the 42 journeys of the Israelites are to be found in every single person, from the day of their birth until the day they return to the supernal world, the spiritual realm after death. Each individual's birth should be understood within the context of the exodus from Egypt. And the subsequent stages of life are journeys that lead from place to place to place to place until one individual comes to the land of the supernal, ultimate world of the everlasting life that the Shekhinah and the divine dwelling presence of God resides. In other words, each stop along the way is an essential step towards reaching the highest and most ultimate goal. We might not realize it at the time. We might never realize it. Kabbalistically, we are all divine sparks. All of us, we have these sparks within us from the time of creation. And it is, during our time on earth, our magical mystery journey to reconnect with those sparks. Moses Chaim continues in reference to this by saying a person thinks that he goes to a particular place to attain something that he desires, but in truth, that person is led to that place by God, so that he may or she may raise up the holy sparks that have fallen, that are sunk within the depths of the shells. According to the Baal Shem Tov, as taught through Moses Chaim, some of those places may not seem like they are actually moving us forward. We may actually feel quite the opposite. But the spiritual process of raising the sparks, especially the sacred points that dwell in each and every one of us, is not necessarily intuitive. It might appear to us that we are stuck, even going in reverse. So it must have felt for the generation of the Israelites in the wilderness, especially given how many times they gave voice to the fact that they wanted to go back to Egypt, to what they knew, even though it wasn't a great situation. It was all they knew. These 42 stages were necessary, and they are necessary if we hope to get to the other side of the wilderness of the biblical times and the wilderness that we experience right now in our own lives. Bamidbar, the book that we finished this Shabbat, itself means wilderness. Our ancestors wandered and wandered while learning the ways of truth, Emet, enlightenment, and faith in that which is unseen, and the laws and the rules given to navigate a life of freedom. They had no tools for this. It was challenging for them as their slave mentality bound them to a past that they found hard to break free from. So think about in our own lives, what are those moments, what are those relationships, what are those experiences that are hard and challenging for us to break free from, especially as we start this process of moving towards High Holy Days. The blessings for them, they were all there. They were within reach. The 42 stages were carefully crafted to help guide their way. And the tribal structure, we have all our tribes over here, the tribal structure was designed to ensure that no one individual was ever alone. The journey was meant to be shared amidst family and community, much as we do today, navigating, as I said before, a different kind of wilderness, trying to make sense of it all in a world that has gone awry, and doing our best to have faith in that which is unseen. And the system that is designed with laws and rules and customs to help make order out of the chaos. Parallels can be drawn between past and present and future. We may feel at times like we are stuck, as the Baal Shem Tov said, maybe even like we are getting nowhere or actually going in reverse. We must remember that it is at times the journey and not the destination that is most important. And the carefully crafted moments designed to help keep us together while we are wandering through the wilderness. The relationships that we share and the tribes that we surround ourselves with that help to elevate and uplift us all. As we together, yad b'yad, hand in hand, v'yachad together, we move forward toward the promise. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will, may this be our journey, may we all be together hand in hand on that path. May it be God's will. Shabbat Shalom. And so now Heather is going to sing a song that she has prepared that is in relation to this Torah portion.
It's hard when you're growing up, people tell you what to do. You think it's 'cause they're tall and you are small. They say do this and you're a good child, do that and you're not. Don't you wonder where the rules come from? I do. God made the world and all that's here, people, grass, and even deer. But to keep the world moving like God believes it should, there are rules to follow that show you are good. Asher tzivah Adonai b'yad Moshe, Ebenezer b'yavo Moab, Ayadei Yericho. These are the mitzvot and the rules that God gave us all through Moshe. To the Israelites on the steppes of Moab, at the Jordan, near Jericho. There are many things God has told us. God gave them to Moshe at Sinai. Now it's our job to remember as many of the rules we must live by. Mitzvot ve'hamishpatim asher tzivah Adonai b'yad Moshe. saw through Moshe. To the Israelites on the steps of Moab, at the Jordan, near Jericho, near Jericho. Hamitzvot vehamishpatim, asher tziva Adonai beyad Moshe. Hamitzvot vehamishpatim, asher tziva Adonai beyad Moshe.
Koach. Good job. So now we are going to thank you to our musicians for learning that song. I gave them a book that has a song for every Torah portion. So every time we have a Shabbat service, you'll hear a different song. Isn't that exciting? So now we're going to move forward to our Mishabera prayer. If you have somebody that, page 371, that needs a boost of healing physically or spiritually, think of them in your mind's eye, see them. And the words in the middle of the page, we ask that all of the ancestors be with them and the divine Shekhinah envelop them. We have people in our community, people that are here that can use a refuah shlema, a complete and full healing of body, mind, and spirit. And our beloved congregant Tom Klugman is recovering and he's in rehab from his surgery. And we have many others. So at this time, let us think of those that we love. Middle of page 371. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. V'shevera imotenu mekor habracha l'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And now please rise if you're able and turn to page 566 for our Aleinu prayer. 586, bottom of the page. 586, and it continues on the next pages. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teikid u'l'le'yoser b'reishit, shelo asanu k'girei haratzon, ve'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, ve'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu, shehu notei shamayim ve'yoser haaretz, Moshe v'yakarav b'shamayim mima'al, v'shechinat hazo, v'govhei meromim, hu Eloheinu einon, Emet Malkeinu efes ulato, kakahatu, v'torato, v'yadat hayom, v'hashevota el levavecha. Ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim Bashamayim Rimal Be'al Haaretz Mitachat Enod page 591. V'ne'emar V'haya Adonai L'melech al kol haaretz V'yom hahu Yehyeh Adonai echad U'shemo echad. Please be seated. And now we move to page 598 and our Mourner's Kaddish. And if you look at the bottom, once again, this is the full version. It has within it at the beginning the Chatzi Kaddish. And it's all an exaltation of the divine. And so when we say this, we think of our loved ones who have moved on. And if we feel that we're putting praise out into the universe, like I said earlier, that light will then reflect on our loved ones at this time of saying Kaddish, and then reflect back upon all of us and elevate us and lift us. Once again, this is one of those ways of connecting to the divine sparks. So I first would like to say I got a call this morning from my sister-in-law, Denise, and she has a business partner, Darren, who just found out that his daughter was in a car accident. She was in a little sports car. She just turned 21. She had not been wearing her seatbelt, and she was thrown from the car, and of course, she passed. And so it is a reminder to all of us to make sure to buckle up, and our hearts, grieve. No one should have to lose a child, and it's a senseless thing that we shouldn't have to go through. And people all over the world at this time are losing their children. So we ask that the divine at this moment lift up everyone who's grieving and hurting and mourning with this sense of loss, most particularly Darren and his family, and our loved ones here today. So if you've lost someone in the last 7 days in the last week, would you please rise and say your loved one's name? And if you're at home in cyberspace, please do that as well. If you've lost anyone in the last week. If you've lost anyone in the last 30 days, the Shloshim period, would you please rise and say your loved one's name? If you've lost anyone in the last 11 months, would you please rise and say your loved one's name? And stay standing. Anyone else? And if you're observing the yard site, the anniversary of a loved one's death at this time, please rise and say their names. And if you're already standing, raise your hand. Diana, you don't have to rise if you don't have to. Go. It's okay. May they all be for a blessing. Judy. Sunny. Dan? Anyone else? So if everyone wants to rise, please, at this time as community. It's our custom. We say Kaddish together, the whole Kaddish that you can find on page 598. May our memories of them and saying their names aloud at this time bring a blessing for them all as they move higher and higher in the spiritual realm. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, ve'almad yifrach yiruteh ve'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, va'agala u'v'zman karib yimru. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei amaya, yitbarak v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudashah b'rihu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tish v'chata v'nechamata da'amiran ve'alama v'imru Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya chayim aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru Oseh shalom b'imromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May God, who is the author of life and death, grant eternal rest and peace to our loved ones in the heavenly realm, and peace to those today who are suffering at this time with grief, both within our own community and also around the world. As together we say, Amen. Please be seated. Well, as you can see, we have some times that we actually do Hebrew. And I know Crystal is furiously working to get people ready, to do their Torah readings and their Haftarah readings at High Holy Days. And if you find yourself looking at the transliteration and you want to make that connection to the Hebrew letters, we are going to have a boot camp. I'm waiting to be sure to see when the High Holy Day soloists are working, when we're working. It may be possible that what we'll have to do is on a Saturday, maybe during the day. Of course, we don't do anything without food, so maybe we'll have bagels and lox or something. I don't know. But, and we have to have chocolate, because you have to have chocolate when you're studying Hebrew. But we will go a review of the Hebrew letters, meditating on them and what they all mean, and then we'll go through the whole Aleph Bet, and it'll be a quick boot camp, 2 days, just to try to give you a boost. Even if you don't know how to read the Hebrew, if you just can recognize the letters, what you will get out of High Holy Days, the manifestation of the connection, will be very powerful. Your soul knows, even if your mind and the rest of you is a little bit behind. Those sparks are there. We have also our meditation classes every Monday with, you all know Roger, and Dan has his music class. Are you still going to do it at the end of this month and next month, last Wednesday? And maybe not on September, depending on our rehearsal? Yeah. Okay, so you want to be sure to catch the one in August. And then our pickleball group, we have our pickleball group. They're all very exciting. Are you guys doing pickleball again this weekend? Oh, they're doing pickleball again. And of course, they take a lesson and they play, and after pickleball, what do? We go to brunch. Okay, so you got to work off those calories and you got to put them back in. So, but on Shabbat, you don't gain weight, whatever you eat. And we have our musicians that are preparing for High Holy Days, but we also, please, I know it's difficult, you all get a lot of emails, but we have so much going on, so many social events, and I have to justify them. It's like justifying your life at the end of all times, because there are people who come to the social events that don't always come to a service, and that is our connection. And so next Tuesday, we are going to the Marmalade Cafe. I know this month we're going to honor Abe Hepner and go to El Pollo Inca. He has been asking for that for the lunch bunch. We have one museum trip to the Skirball coming up. I think it's the 18th. And then we're going to try out, I think it's Uncle Bernie's Deli in Encino. And we're looking at another museum trip and possibly a movie here and another movie at the AMC with George Clooney and Brad Pitt. We're a very social group, and so please check your emails and make sure that you're paying attention, or if you're not sure, email me or call me or Marcia. Sisterhood, are you guys having a meeting this month? Okay, Wednesday the 28th of August, you can come for the Sisterhood meeting at 3, and then you can go home and do Dan's class. On Zoom, right, Dan? Yes, your class is on Zoom. Yes, okay. So, that being said, now, very important things. The men's club, you men, get yourselves ready. The first Friday of September will be a barbecue. Last year, men's club did it in July. We do have men around here. This is your time to shine and feed us. So, men's club, to celebrate that Labor Day week, that will be the first Friday of September. We will not have a second Saturday in that month. We will this month. So our next service will be next Saturday at 10:30, and then you can bring your pets, and we're going to go to Lazy Dog. We're going to switch off. I'm sorry, Hilda, we'll do Bruce Hall next time. We'll go back and forth. Some people asked us to shake it up a little bit. Anyone who needs a ride that can't navigate them all, I will be driving. So anyone who needs that. Even though it's Shabbat, because we do it differently here at Emet. So, and then please make note in your calendars, in September, we are going to have 3 Shabbatot, 3 services, all on Friday. So the first Friday, it's going to be 5 o'clock barbecue, 6:30 service. Normally we have a meal on the 3rd Friday. September will be the 1st Friday. Second Saturday is going to be not happening. No second Saturday. 3rd Friday, we are going to come here and have our service at 5 o'clock for the people who want an early service. And then we are all going to go out to eat. And then On the last Friday, we will have a mix and mingle at 6 o'clock, a service at 6:30, and an expanded ONEG. Those 3 services in September are potential new members, Shabbatot. Please bring your friends. I see we have some new people here today. It's wonderful to see you, so please introduce yourselves. I know I played telephone tag with you over there. So anyway, so it's a lot to look forward to as we make our way towards High Holy Days. So we're going to have ONEG over here, which has been sponsored by Robin Brenner and Steve Marcuse. And one other thing that I would like to tell you is that I do not, if you have to email me, I couldn't get it to print, but the Jewish Federation and the Union of Reform Judaism and several different Jewish organizations are going to be having a webinar for security. And so if you want to learn how to help keep ourselves safe or even out in the community, we're very fortunate to have Mark here, Kathy's son, keeping us safe. He is a Hawthorne police officer, so we're grateful for that. But if you'd like to learn more, please email me and I will forward the email to you. So it's quite extensive. There's 2 different times that you can watch these webinars, and they are on different aspects of security. So please check with me on that. So, lots to do, lots going on. And Diana, I'm getting there. Ken, you just hold your horses. I am saving the best for last. You are the horse. It's okay. For all of you that don't know, I used to be an actress and a singer, so we are very different here, and everyone gives me direction from out there. You will not find that anywhere in any community on earth. Fortunately, we are a family, albeit sometimes dysfunctional. We love each other. The saving the very, very best for last is Diana, our immediate past president's birthday celebration. And Ruslan, our magnificent cellist for Kol Nidre, is being sponsored by Lynn and Diana. We are going to have a magnificent concert, and it is a fundraiser for the temple, and we have a lot to celebrate because Diana is with us. She has accomplished her goal of staying in the game, not moving into the spiritual realm. We all prayed for her, and here she is. So let's celebrate her birthday, and let's have a concert, and let's have a really, really good time. And that will be on Saturday, August 24th. At what time? 7 p.m. Please get in your reservations because we want to know how many are going to be here. So, of course, we can plan our tasty food items and our libations. So, that being said, if you're able to rise, we're going to bless one another with the Birkat Kohanim. And then what is our closing song? What would you guys like? Oh, okay. First we're going to bless one another, and then we're going to have Hilda on her harp. Do it twice so I don't have to stop you and ask you to do it twice, Hilda, because I like a double portion. All right, so we're going to bless one another. Thank you to Sue and to our wonderful, wonderful Joy, who brings joy and light, for being here on the Bima. Thank you to our beautiful musicians, our fabulous Dan Spector, our musical director, our harpist Hilda, and Amy Wolf, our ukulele player, our French horn player. Are you practicing for High Holy Days? And thank you to Mark Tannen in the back. Thank you to Jeremy for everything, and Heather for putting everything together, and also to Kathy and to Fran, everyone that helps make this possible. It doesn't happen by accident. It takes a village. So, together, let us call upon the divine forces of the universe to watch over us and to protect us and to guide us and to be with us on this journey as we go hand in hand through the wilderness toward the promised land. May God bless you and keep you. May God's countenance shine upon you. May God be with you always, lift you up, lifting up those divine sparks, and grant you peace. Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. Yaher Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yiselecha shalom. Can you hear our own? May it be God's will. May you be blessed with good health. Shabbat shalom. All right. Now we have a Don Olam. Do you want to stay up here for a Don Olam? Or no? You want to sit? You want to go? Okay. Page 625, a Don Olam. And then we're going to have Kiddush over there. And Motzi, once again, sponsored by Robin Brenner and Steve Marcuse. And Those of you that are going to dinner, you don't have to worry. Our reservations are for 7 o'clock. You have lots of time. Creme de la crêpe. If you did not tell me that you are coming to dinner, but you would like to come to dinner, that is okay too. Just let us know. All right, a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Adon Olam. Do you have it in you one more time? Isn't that beautiful? Does that lift up your divine sparks or what? Thank you, Hilda. Adon Olam, Hashem Alak, 625. B'terem kol, Yetzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, V'chefso kol, Azai Melech, Shemo Nikra. Ve'acharei kiglot hakol levado im lo nora ve'hu haya ve'hu hoveh ve'hu yeh ve'tiv Yetzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, V'chefso kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Ve'acharei kiglot hakol, Levado yimlok nora, Ve'hu haya ve'hu hoveh, Ve'hu yeh v'tifara, Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol, Yetzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, V'chefso kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Ve'acharei kiglot hakol, Levado yimlok nora, Ve'hu haya ve'hu hoveh, Betifara, ve'hu haya ve'hu hoveh. Betifara, ve'hu haya ve'hu hoveh. Betifara, ve'hu haya ve'hu hoveh. Betifara. Woo! Thank you, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Now, important to note, we do have some sugar-free items, but today is National Ice Cream Sandwich Day. So we do have some ice cream sandwiches and some other ice cream, so eat dessert first. Do not confuse it with Simchat Torah. It just happens to be something that we're celebrating. Shabbat Shalom.